Hello everybody, my name is Backpack Comics and welcome to Internet Gems, the show where we look at an interesting indie game and find out all about it. Today, we are covering Time is Solid Here. So what is Time is Solid Here? How did this game have a little tiny insignificant controversy? In my opinion, it's my opinion, okay, I don't mean to get opinionated so fast. Is the game any good? Well, let's find out. Time is Solid Here was released in December of 2021 by Algebra Falcon. That is a tongue twister if I've ever seen any, or maybe my tongue's just a little tied. The game at face value is a puzzle game and a sort of gallery walking game. Right up my alley, right? The game does utilize AI art, which is something that we will get into, after the main gameplay of the game. I do credit the game as there's not really any loose ends. The story is insanely solid, and I don't really think we need to dive any further in this beginning segment here. To truly understand this game, I think we need to dive in and explore the game for ourselves. So without further ado, let's dive right on into the game. To Time is Solid Here. Well, why don't we just enter on in? This shit is so fucking loud. It continues to be the loudest shit in the world, I swear. A Uchikago critical video concept by Luke. You guys could read the name. I'm not reading the names. Like I can only do so much as the funny Let's Player, as the researcher, as the creator of the deep dives. I could only be asked to do so much. I forgot my nails were painted. Nobody laugh at me. I got my beautiful partner nail kit for V-Day. V-Day, Valentine's Day. Almost as scary as another day. Christmas. You don't know where or who you are. However, a small voice begins to call you from within. It says, walk around using the arrow keys or the mouse. Interact with objects using the spacebar or the mouse. Access the menu or go back by yes. Ooh, there is a painting here. So, methinks this is gonna be about art. Yeah, there's a painting here. I don't know if this is AI or not. Like, isn't that kind of funny? Like, I feel like it's an actual drawing, but it was like just distorted. I'm not sure. Actually, let me cite a source really quick. So they're actually generated using machine learning. Write that down, Backpack, because you're gonna need that for the review. There's a painting here. For once, I have played the game already. I already know what to expect. There's another painting here. But I have not actually written the script yet. I also would rather die than use the arrow keys, so I'm gonna be a little clicky Sue. Let's just say that, huh? I think the game is really beautiful in that sort of like uncanny way. Hello again. I see you found your way from the entrance. It's a shame, but many a soul have gotten lost in our lobby alone. No matter. The name's Chiron. It's Chiron, right? Or is it Sharon? Sharon? The H isn't pronounced, is it? Charon? Let's get more education, connection, get matched for free. Actually pronounced Karen. Karen meet Kevin. So pleased to make your acquaintance. Ah, look at you. The strong, silent type. 'Tis a shame. Thought I would have someone to keep me company. But there's more important things, I guess. I should get to why you're here. See, I got word, and now I'm not sure if it came from upstairs or downstairs, per se. But I got word that these paintings need cleaning. And look, I don't want to do the work myself. So it's a damn miracle you came along. See, it has been, well, about 70 years since I've seen someone. So let's just say your work will be very much appreciated. Well, what you just staring at me for? Oh, I see. You want me to save your game, right? I can do that for you. I love this game. I love this game. We're gonna rewrite over 1. And there you go. What else could you want? So this is like the fun thing of the game. We don't really get context until we do some flavors for him. Until we do a little flavors. Some context, please, boss. So you can talk, huh? See, to answer your question, mate. Oh, he's British. I gotta think. Think hard. And that requires effort. See, you haven't really done anything for me at this point. He reminds me of Garrett Bobby Ferguson. Like, you know, the guy that sued regular show. Not the I'm talking about the head in the show, but I'll talk about it later. Clean up some of these old paintings and it'll be a different story. Remember, I'm always here if you gotta save or if you're lonely. I don't need anything, never mind. You can't expect me to start blabbering on to you without something in return. Why don't you clean some of those paintings, then we'll have a little chit chat. Well, why not just start at the very beginning? There's a painting here. Would you like to clean it? Yes, please, boss. What is this place? It's crazy. So this game is awesome, and I really like it, and that's why I'm making a little video on it. Hello? Who are you? I am... I don't know. I see. Well, how do I say it? That makes two of us. See, as for me, my name is... I forgot. How embarrassing. Anyway, I have been having a problem, though I cannot remember what that problem was. Oh, I see now. The problem is that I forget things. Well, I do remember some things. Behind me lies a maze, which is something especially cruel for someone like me. Can never seem to make it far. But for some reason, I really want to find what lies at the center of it. Now, I forgot exactly why, but you seem to have the go-getter attitude necessary for such tasks. So could you please help me? Tell me what awaits me out there. I'll wait right here as to not disturb you or anything. What a sweet abuelita. Is this the abuelita from Coco? Leave a fucking comment. One thing that is like a weird thing that like drives me insane is when people say abuelita. 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 It's one of the easier words in Spanish to pronounce. And it just irks me that it's like just I don't know. It's a flow. Language is hard. I barely speak German okay and Spanish and Japanese. Oh shit. Okay, this is different. I was playing this while my partner was asleep, and I was like hunched over like, but like, goddamn, the music slaps. There's a note here. It reads, "Forgive me, Ava, for I will see you on the other side." E. Didn't Markiplier say E? Anyway, yeah, Gary Bobby Ferguson. That character was created about somebody who is real and actually did cheat at video games, I believe. I don't know all the facts, but that actually kind of sounds like a fun deep dive topic, so I might do that in the future. There's a note here. It reads, "I hate you more than anything else in the world." E. What a strange contradiction. To both love and hate someone? Huh. That was so cringy. Anyway, that was really fucking cringy. I might have cut that out because of how cringy that fucking movement that I just created was. It's my fault for watching all these damn cringe comps and spitting everywhere. I've been spitting a lot today. I just spit again. It reads, those voices, do you hear them? The ants, do you see them? But yeah, it utilized computer learning, which I think is AI, but I don't know. I'll do research. There's a note here. It reads, "There's one thing for sure. Your thoughts cannot be trusted anymore." E. So we're getting a little bit of context, a little bit of crom text, really. Into what exactly this maze is and why we're here. There was also something else I was going to talk about. I completely forgot. Oh yeah, I got a nail painting kit. She painted my nails for the very first time in my life, and I actually kind of dig it. A bitch kind of felt kind of pretty. Those nights we spent together, you remember them, don't you? E. What does E stand for? Excited? Ecstasy? I don't know. The pure ecstasy of loving someone? I doubt it. I think we read this one. Yeah, we did. Okay. My beans, guys. I know it's a big reading game, but I today feel like reading. Thank the Lord in heaven. It's a rare day I feel like reading. I actually have a few goals set this year to read, to read some books. I got Mr. Dante's Inferno for Christmas. I haven't read that book in a very long time, and since there's a certain video I'm making that has to deal with Dante's fiery Inferno, it's going to be cool to kind of brush up on the context and make some like first-hand connections by reading the actual source material that said thing was inspired on. Leave a comment if you could put two and two together. I don't think anyone would understand what the video is that I'm making. I feel there is a monster growing inside of me. Who knows? The very same could be happening to you. I love like how uncanny the art is. Like, it's weird because I don't like AI as like a art medium. I think it's funny when I do it to my friends and make them move or dance weird. But I do think like as a legitimate like art medium, if you're not at least like doing something to reform it or make it human, I don't really like AI art. There's a note here. Oh, you got a little baby hair. It reads, this is Mr. Karabekian. You have found him, or perhaps he has found you. Caribbean? Pirates? Me if I saw a pirate. A little chicken pox guy. There's a note here. It reads, I love you more than anything else in this world. What was the warning at the beginning? Could you put two and two together? Okay, so there is a secret entrance here. We have to find a very special fold in the world. And maybe that little fold will turn to gold. Turn to gold. Now I'm like tempted to use the arrow keys. I wonder if a controller would work. Oh, that's so creepy. There's a note here. The text next to it has been censored. I wonder what it said. Could anyone piece together what it said? I literally can't. That's why I was asking.
What the fuck are you doing here?
No idea.
Certainly seems like it. Look, I'm the guy who built this deer maze, see? And what you're doing right now, well, it's fucking it right up. So I'm gonna need you to turn around to where you came from and let me work in peace.
Why?
You young people. Always with the fucking questions. I wish to God I wasn't dead right now, because if I was, good sir, I'd strangle you with both of my hands.
You're dead?
Now don't act like you're surprised by it, kid. Everyone here has kicked the bucket. Just some more than others. And I, unfortunately, happen to be among those more so folks. Listen, I don't even think I'm real. The real me is about 1,000 miles that-a-way, playing a fiddle with the man downstairs, if you know what I mean. But that don't mean that the me that's here can't have some fun. See, when I was alive and kicking, I had the misfortune of living with my wife for those last 50-odd years. It wasn't like she was bad or anything either, but, you know. Even if you have filet mignon for dinner every night, you start hankering for something else. But it's fine. I came up with ways to entertain myself. You see, though I passed for my wife, her brain went first. And here's the kicker. I got quite the rise out of it. When it began, I started writing notes and drawings all around the house, see? Some were nice and some were not. All were cryptic. They were poison to her addled brain. But she read them all the same. Soon she would forget which one she read and which one she hadn't. Eventually drove her mad. I stopped writing them not long after. My job was done. Boy, the fun I would have watching her wander the house. Go up the stairs, read my note, then go down again and do the same thing. Now I get to do the same thing, but bigger and better. If I have it my way, she'll be wandering this maze for eternity. Pretty great, am I right?
I'm stopping this.
Well, what are you gonna do about it? Listen, I may not know much about this place, but I know this. It's for people who can't move on. That bitch, God bless her soul, and have fun trying to convince her to stop. In my 50 years of treating her how you expect I did, even I couldn't manage that. Plus, for her to move on, she would have to remember what's happening, right? Not to mention, if you convince her to get out of limbo, I'll be trapped here forever, alone. So don't do it if you have even a smidgen of sympathy for little old me. But I shouldn't worry much. There's a fat chance you'll be able to change anything. I'm just gonna sit here and continue working on my maze, making it even bigger.
You just got caught pricking. Leave a this post was created by the prickle people. So God damn, you walk really slow when you use the arrow keys. Never mind. Yeah, so the philosophy behind this game is interesting, but it is very sad. Like there's a certain one that really got me in this, but we will. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna have diarrhea. But yeah, it's pretty sad. Did you do it? Did you reach the center of the maze? Yeah. I knew you could do it. I am so proud of you. Well, tell me, what was there at the center? Your husband. Oh, really? I don't remember much, but I can never forget my unending love for Elias. What did he say to you? What a hard decision too, but he's toying with you. I think that's the only fair thing to say. Is he really? So all those notes then, both before and after he was getting a rise out of my plight. Why would someone do that? I have shown him nothing but love. Some people are evil. Clearly so. I just feel silly, you know. I did so much for him, for so long, and now the egg is on my face. You can move on now. You know what? You're right. That'll show him, more than anything. I don't see a purpose in staying any longer now. Maybe it's my memory, but the thought of leaving this place behind never occurred to me. But now, seems like the best thing to do. Thank you, little one. You helped me realize a lot of things. Things that I had long convinced myself were impossible to work out. And most of all, thank you for being honest with me. What? I'm gonna go have diarrhea in the toilet really quick. My stomach hurts. I had bad pizza. Let's see what this asshole has to say about all this.
I've seen you've talked to her, huh? Well, what happened? Did she move on?
Yeah.
That means I'm stuck here without her till the end of time. Curse you and that ratty old bitch! How could you do this to me? Wait, I apologize. Please don't leave. You can stay here and walk through my maze, right? Please, don't go.
And that is the first painting. First of 4. It's cool that you can look back on the painting now. Nothing changes though, but it's just kind of, I don't know. It's a little sad. It's a little, your work with it is complete. Yeah, it is. It's just, it's I don't know. What's the fucking word? It's melancholy in a good way. I don't know. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and say that for the review. Ho ho ho.
Looks like you managed to help Ava move on. Congrats, buddy.
Though seeing that it was just a maze stroll and a heart-to-heart.
I'm a tad embarrassed I didn't do the job myself. Nevertheless, the amount of work you've saved me is commendable, to say the least. I know you must be chomping at the bit to hear about what's happening to you, so I decided to field some pre-approved questions for you. Now, you've only cleaned one painting, so I won't be too loose-lipped, but you should feel free to talk to me if you want to learn about what's going on, and if you hunger for more information, there's always the other 2 paintings. He went British for that one. Now, what can I help you with? Let's get some of these pre-approved questions. Okay, let's talk, little man. For now, these are my pre-approved questions. So, Karen's favorite food and monster trucks. I want to learn about monster trucks. As for monster trucks, I know jack shit about them. I would certainly know nothing of the Gravedigger with its 540 cubic inch Merlin 1450 HP engine and Cohen 2-speed transmission, or the fact that it can often steal the show from my personal favorite Overkill Evolution. Karen seems to know more about monster trucks than he is letting on. Ah, my favorite food. I don't have a favorite food. In fact, I don't know anything about food. It just sounded like a nice thing for someone to ask me about. Do you mind telling me about food?
Maybe you can help me decide. Ooh, pizza, burger, dumpling, meatloaf, taco. This is stupid. What should we say? I didn't do this one last time, but I don't really want to be mean to Karen. Tacos are always good. I had dumplings yesterday. We'll talk about dumplings. Moist ball of filling. Sometimes flesh, sometimes vegetable, and wrapped neatly in a flour water wrapper. Sounds good, but I'm not sure if that would be my favorite. Okay, well, fuck you, dude. I am going to say that shit was like disabling. I had the timer going for the let's play, and it was almost about 40 minutes. I was there. Yeah, I'll clean it. Clean like I clean my ass. Clean it like I cleaned my crank hole. Oh, hello. A voice is speaking to you over the intercom. Hello? 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 Nah, I'm just messing with you. This is a recording. Listen, you. I've designed this place with full intention of keeping people out. I take the very fact that you're standing here as a failure, a big one. But there's nothing I can do about it now. Except this, behold. That was me doing magic. My super mega awesome security system. See, I've found a way to let only my loved ones through here. Not to say that anyone has been visiting lately, but that doesn't matter. Look, to get to me, you have to answer the riddles. 3 hard ones. Whoever you are, there's no way you're getting through. I bet you're real scared right now. Well, I'm not going to hold it in any longer. Here is the first, count 'em first, riddle of the game. You ready? This is stupid. Well, it doesn't matter if you're ready or not. So here's the riddle. This someone is my grandma's child and my grandpa's child as well. But they are nobody's son. Who is this someone? And put your answer in the keypad in the front left door. Do it now. If you mess up, I'm going to kick you out. There is someone who is my grandma's child and my grandpa's child as well, but they are nobody. Oh, I remember the answer. Never mind. Who is this someone? I forgot that I played this. I know the answer. My mother. The door unlocked. Oh, you got the answer? But how? That's fine, I guess. But you won't get through the next room. You'll find it behind the big door. All right, the room's water, kind of back rooms-esque. Hello? If you're listening to this, that means you made it through the first room. I have no clue how you did that. You must be either really smart or the person I'm looking for. Could you be her? Whatever. Enough of that. We are moving on to the next riddle. Are you ready? Of course you are, you beautiful little creature. Now here it is. A cloud is my mommy. The wind is my pop-pop. When I grow up, streams and rivers will be sons of my own. And I guess that makes fruits and veggies my daughters. When I die, you'll find me in the dirt. That's if I die, though. Remember in Purgatory, do it now. If you mess up, I'm going to kick you out. I don't remember what the answer was, but I think I remember what I put in, and I think it was right. Let's see how good we are at riddles. I mean, if you guys have any fucking... Oh... Don't remember that. I think it's tree, right? Let me know, guys. Is it trees? It looks like you're wrong. Get out of here. Fuck. You can't win them all, right? I don't think you have to redo everything. If we do, I'll cut. I'll hard cut. Okay, good. Oh, everyone deserves a second chance, so here it is. A new riddle just for you. A new riddle. There is a big person and a little person. Those are the correct ways to say it, too. The little person is the big person's son. Okay, so the big person is the father of the son. Okay. But the big person is not the little person's father. Who is the big person? Would it be like mountain? How do I backspace? Excuse me, how do I backspace? Is it this? Is there no backspace? I guess it's tree fucking greater than. It appears your answer is wrong. Teehee, looks like you're soft locked. I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing now. It's kind of crazy to me how like much I slouch. Like I need to like fix my fucking posture. It appears that after getting the wrong answer twice, the intercom has run out of recordings and the door unlocked itself. You decide to swallow your pride and move on. Ooh, the room's red. Ruby red. Ooh, a little. Is this a Psychopomp reference? Is this just a way to for me to keep mentioning my video? Would you like to pick it up? You obtained a hammer. So now we can just break into the door. The intercom is mysteriously silent. Oh, but it's angry. Hey, you. This isn't a recording anymore. You're talking to the real me. I want to be honest with you. There are no riddles anymore. This door is going to stay locked. I'm sorry. But if you are who I hoped you are, let this be a puzzle. You know, like the ones we always did. Please, come rescue me. Sad. Well, let's start at this, and then... Oh. There's a photo here with a note. You. It reads, you. It appears the frame is fastened to the back with nails. Would you like to use the back of the hammer to remove them? Yes. For some reason, there looks to be a grabber. There looks to be a grabber that was hidden behind the paintings. You know, like a little grabber. Oh, like a grabber like they're holding. Duh. You decide to take it. You obtained a grabber. Or a bit of a grabber, I guess. There is a drainage pipe here. You can see something hidden deep inside of it. With the grabber, you should be able to get it. Reach into the drainage pipe. Yes, very Silent Hill-esque. I love this so much. It's so, like, cool. You grab, your grabber closes around a cold and slack metal object. Sorry, I had fucking shit on my lips. You obtained a magnifying glass. That doesn't sound good with how I just, like, came out of the restroom. There's a drainage pipe here. Oh, that was it. Sorry, thought there was something cooler. There's a note here and what appears to be a metal panel for you. Looking at the metal panel, it appears to be nailed down quite tightly. Would you like to use the back of your hammer to remove the nails? Yes. It looks like there's a message written in very tiny script beneath the panel. Would you like to use the magnifying glass to read the text? Yes. You are barely able to make out the words. It reads, the password is 6174. I love you. I love you. I love it you. Yeah, I would actually. Suddenly appears in your head. You're about to see the number input screen. I think it was 6174. The door unlocked. Okay, good. Because I thought we forgot. Well, not that I forgot. Ooh, rooms, rubies red. Do you guys like rubies red? I love. Hey, you are not her, aren't you? That's okay though, because I have the real her right now. Look. Oh, sorry, that is really creepy. Who is her? She's... I had a feeling someone like you would come. You want to pull me out of this place, right? Tell me why you're here. I don't know. You're the adult here. Shouldn't you know what's going on? Well, whatever your reason, I'm staying put right here, planting my feet right down. See, I have unfinished business in this river, and I'm going to stay as long as it takes for me to deal with it. What? Well, what happened? Listen, mister, as you may know, I really like puzzles. I really like puzzles. Love them to death. This love came from someone very special in my life, my mother. Every Sunday, she would sit me in her lap and we would do the crossword together. Not to mention those checker games or big jigsaws that would take up our entire floor. Our favorite game, though, was Marco Polo. You know, the one where you both get in the water and one calls out Marco, the other says Polo, and you gotta find each other. Some people wouldn't call it a puzzle, but those people are losers. It totally is one. Playing it in that big river downhill from our house, there was nothing better to do. And then one day, then what? Then one day I wanted to play Marco Polo and start all the way at the bottom of the river. It was so far away, it was a miracle I could still hear my mom's voice. Took me half an hour to even get close. But when that happened, when I went up the river, my mom's voice changed. Or maybe it was, I was not hearing it right the whole time. It sounded, well, it sounded like my dad's voice. Now, I don't think that was a big issue. My dad, I saw him sometimes. He seemed nice. But yes, as I got closer, I realized it was my dad. I got right up next to him and opened my eyes. I asked him where Mom was, and he said, with her new friend. I asked what he meant. He said I would see her soon anyways. Then he grabbed my arm, grabbed them real hard. I could feel his nails. I asked him why he was doing that, and he said, relax, it's just a game. Then He pushed me under the water and held me down there for a really long time. A really, really long time. In that moment, I thought of the darndest things. I thought of the games I played before and the ones I would never get to play. I thought of my mama. But most of all, I couldn't stop thinking about my dad's eyes. They weren't wide open, but he was staring right through me. It was like he was daydreaming, thinking about a place far, far away. And then just like that, I woke up here. It was lonely at first, but now I have her and my puzzles, just like I used to. Now the only thing left is to wait for my real mama. Then we'll start playing together and pick up where we left off. That is why you can't make me leave this place. This newest puzzle of mine, it has yet to come to an end. Well, what do you think? You are dead. I kind of guessed that already, but when you say it like that, it makes me real sad. I just can't see how I can leave when my papa is still out there with those eyes of his. I don't know why, but the thought of that, it makes my skin crawl. And my mama, I miss her a lot. Can I just wait here for them so I can sort things out? You will see her again. Really? Is there a place after this where I can do that? Oof, God, this is hard. Yes or I don't know. I low-key wish I was live streaming this so I could get some assistance. I'm gonna say yes. It is a kid, and sometimes I feel like children kind of need that push in the right direction. No, that was scary. That makes me happy. Listen, mister, I think I've decided it now. I'm gonna leave all this. Leave it all behind. There's better places for me to be. And I think that, well, me staying here, staying all mad and sad, I have a feeling that this is what my papa wanted all along. I shouldn't let him control me like that. Well, that should be it. Mister, I can't thank you enough. Whoa. Oh, even the doll disappeared. Creepy. Ooh, room's red. Ooh, room's blue. Wavy river. It appears the doll before has moved into this room somehow. Its mouth is beginning to move. Tack. Tack. Shelf. One sec. I'm writing this down. I did not write that down last time. What's this game called? Time is Solid. The doll isn't moving anymore. Really weird. That's cool. Oh, and now let's check our work. Like, the thing with this game is, like, it's hard to give analysis to the art because it is, like, machine generated. I don't know. That just seems weird to me. Ho, ho, ho. Looks like you managed to help the little one move on. I must say, I didn't think you had it in you. The kid was a real sob story. Glad I didn't have to get involved. You know, I'm uncomfortable around that kind of stuff. But anyway, you really took a load off my shoulders by doing that. You really took a load on my forehead. I'm feeling like we could be very good friends. Spacebar, I forgot about you. And you know what friends do for each other? That's right, they give exposition. I think it's finally time I begin to tell you what's going on. So feel free to talk to me about it. Now, what can I help you with? Let's talk to him, get some context, save the game. I might take a hot girl break. Is there anything you want to learn about? For now, these are my pre-approved conversation topics. Who is Karen? That is certainly an interesting question to ask. Let me put it this way. Maybe in another life, the Karen you knew would be the captain of a boat. Not a big boat, mind you. I can't say I'm a freighter kind of guy, but maybe a canoe, a long one. And on this canoe, I take people around, bring them where they need to be. I feel like that sums it up pretty well. What is this place? What is this place? Could ask the same question myself. Look, I do know this. There is an upstairs and a downstairs in this world. But if you noticed, when you came in, you were sent every which way. Down, up, down again. See, this place, it's somewhere in between. It's for people whose fates are somewhat hard to decide. No endless hellfire, no heavenly banquets either. It's no wonder a place like this is so stock still. A little boring if you ask me. Fuck the hot girl break. I want to keep playing. Oi! That painting over there, it's a dangerous one. I would save with me before you head in. Lest you lose everything. Lest you losing everything. Lest you losing everything. You guys heard the new Lady Gaga thing? I don't know. She got on like TikTok and she's popular again. I don't know. Let's clean the fucking painting. That's what that face looked like. All right, the darkest dungeon has the darkest rooms. Now, how are we going to do this? This is probably my favorite level just because of like what is happening and stuff, like what it's about, really. I like existential crisis stuff. There is a locker here. Would you like to rummage inside of it? Yes, I would. It appears that a locker on each side were connected. You emerge out on the other side. When you were in the locker, you brush past a small piece of plastic. You obtain the card key. The key card, even. And I wonder what happens if we go into this little room. You use the key card. This level reminds me of Outlast, oddly. I think I've expressed this before, but I really don't like RPG Maker games. There's some notes on the floor. This room kept killing my cleaners, so I had the bright idea to deal with it myself. Never doing that again, the bastard sealed himself away behind a door that needs 4 keys. 4 keys? As if it wasn't enough. You know, there's a monster out there. I barely made it back out of the painting alive. So you, dear reader, proceed with caution. Learn his movements, rummage in the junk for his 4 keys while the monster is at bay, and you might just make it through with all your bodily functions intact. See, these nuts on your forehead. This appears to be some sort of generator, a generator of sorts. Would you like to turn it on? I'm already turned on a little bit, so that's kind of. It appears the emergency lights have come on. So this is the hard part of the game. We can die. I did save. I will cut if anything bad happens. If any harm were to befall a fellow backpacker, just know that we do have save states that you guys can utilize. Subscribing to the channel gives you the access to these save states. So that sound, it came from outside. We're gonna talk a lot because I am a little freaked out by this part. Okay, let's go. I am not the biggest fan of RPG Maker games, and that is for the reason that I just think they're boring. I don't know why I think they're boring. I just do. It is kind of rare for me to enjoy these. I feel like I have been enjoying a lot more RPG Maker games of recent. Oh, thank God. And they're quite enjoyable. It is quite an enjoyable experience to enjoy something that generally you don't like. Okay. It's just a cool feeling. It was a very cool feeling. Ooh, there it is. There it was. There it was. Did you guys see it? Did you see it? Fuck, where's the other one? You know what? It's back that way. It's back that way. So anyway, yeah, it gives off a almost. All right, speedrun time. I already missed like this. It's fine though, cause like, you know, what is this comment? Like, what is this fucking commentary? I took a hot girl 20. Actually, it was more like an hour break. Just like collecting my thoughts. I think I need to start doing that more when doing these recording sessions because it does give me a lot of peace. It gives me a little bit of time. It gives a bitch a little time to think. If you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm spraying. I think I'm safe to go up here. Okay. Okay, so we should have all 400 keys because that's what it feels like. Yeah. You don't know how stressful that it is worse because it's harder to move. Anyway, we're in the fucking Pinklands, the pink salt lands. Music is really cool. I also wonder if it's machine generated, but I kind of don't think it is with the way that the melodies work. Isn't AI a weird thing? I'm severely dehydrated. I threw up yesterday for the first time in I think like a year-ish. Good for me, good for me. I'm not the biggest fan of throwing up. It is like a funny thing. I don't think I've ever thrown up and not laughed when I throw up. Jesus Christ, this is loud. But yeah, I don't think there's ever been a moment where I throw up and just like don't laugh a little about it. Here, I'm turning this down for myself because Jesus Christ, I can't even hear myself think. Who are you? What voice should we give him? Get a little closer, kid, so I can see ya. Oh, well, closer. Fuck it. I see. I have no idea who the fuck you are. That was me last night. Who are you? I am really fucked up. You need to move on. If I had a nickel for every time I'd heard that, I'd have a lot of nickels. See, the type of people who say that shit, well, they're not the type of people that did the same things I did. It's one of those takes one to know one sort of things. Why should I tell you? I guess you're the first other person I've ever seen in here. Maybe I owe you an explanation. Was a soldier. The kind where you had to shoot people. I can't even remember why I became one. I think it's because my dad was one, and his dad was one. God, I didn't even think. Maybe it was those games I played. Video game violence, everyone. The old ones, with the chips and the chirps and the one-man armies who would overcome all odds to slaughter hundreds. I think you should already know that it's not like that in real life. The people barely making by, fighting with scrap and determination against a force that shoved a boot down their throats, well, they're the ones we shot with high-powered explosive rounds miles away in the sky. But still, I found a way to justify things. They drew the first blood. Look at all the cruel things they do. And on and on. Listen, do you know what we were told to do when a moving vehicle entered our sights? Go take pot shots at them. We said that it was okay. They knew these roads were off limits, and we always promised to shoot at the ground in front of them first. None of that was true. And do you want to know the worst thing? I enjoyed all the killing. When I'd hit someone a mile away going really fast, the guy next to me would pat me on the back and smile. Good job. It wasn't much different than a game. And that was just the beginning. Shooting these drivers who were just trying to leave. It made the people there mad. So they threw rocks at us and then threw explosives too. We responded by kidnapping nearly every man there in the middle of the night. After that, well, a friend of mine showed me a picture. In it, they had made a pyramid of naked, shivering, dying prisoners, and they were standing behind them, smiling. Taking the photo into my hand, I felt as if I was staring into hell itself. Even then, though, there was this part of me that bubbled up from inside. It reveled in the suffering of these people, felt they deserved it. What was inside of me, it was a monster, no doubt, and it was beginning to split away. I felt I had no choice. I downed a bottle of liquor that made my throat burn and took a drive into the mountains. That is the last thing I remember. It's no wonder, then, that I'm in a place like this. What about you, though? I've talked long enough. I feel like it's your turn. Why are you here? Look at you. That silent face. Do you even know? I don't know. I appreciate your honesty, at least. Listen, I can help you figure out what's going on. I believe that we were all sent here to figure things out for ourselves. That's what's happening. And I can tell, in terms of fate, we are no different from one another. Take that as you will. It's funny. You're the first person I've seen in what seems like a lifetime, but after this, I feel like I have nothing left to say to you. Actually, I do have one thing to ask. Do you see that machine to my left? I don't know for sure. I have a feeling that's been what has kept me alive all this time. I don't like it here, so I would have shut the thing off a long time ago. However, as you may be able to see, I can't move around very much, so haven't really been able to do that. So do you think you'll be able to shut the machine off? Let me move on to whatever's in store for me next? Of course, it's your choice, whether or not you wanted to let me exit this thing gracefully. I'm not really in a position to force your hand. Just do what you feel is right. I'm going to turn it off just for the sake of this playthrough. Thank you. But I feel like there is such an interesting, crazy. There's a lot of depth to this decision where there's nothing to see here. There's a machine here. It's quite interesting, just like the idea behind it. Like, are we really, like, is it really our decision to make like that we take that justice into our hands, you know, where somebody caused so much suffering and just because they are truly sorry about it, does that relieve them of that? It's interesting because the killing that they did was not justified at all. It was horrific. It was, like he said, monstrous. Like, innocent people. A pyramid of essentially, like, prisoners who knew not what was going on or who did know but were trying to retaliate in innocent ways, like throwing rocks. Then to explosives, yeah, that's another thing. But, you know, they're imposing. They were the enemy in their eyes, and they were our enemy in our eyes. But one is always, I think, more justifiable than others. I don't think every time somebody, you know, sets up shop or whatever is justified to be there. Oh shit, that's cool. That gave me chills. The other, the other me. He must be gone now. Cool. Fucking so cool. That's fucking so cool. Oh, you can't teleport no more? Okay, well, let's go. Oh, you still move extra fast. Okay. It is just like, there's a lot of philosophy. I don't think, I think that's why it's like no one is really meant to play God or be God in terms of deciding things like that, because it's like, how do you send somebody who is so, with their whole soul, just apologetic for what happened and is willing to suffer in any way? Do you allow them to suffer? Do you allow them to move on because of their sorrow, because of the empathy that they now have, but couldn't enact during their natural life? You know, it's just such a weird thing. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's fucking weird, man. All right, let's go talk to Hedis Karen. Hedis Karen, what do you have to say about all this? I see that the monster has moved on. Listen, as you may already know, I very willingly put you at great risk of losing life and limb just now. But, and this is a big but, boing, I did it with good reason. You may think I'm some kind of lazy bum, but I was once a spring chicken. Back then, I tried to clean that damn painting myself. However, I soon reached a point where I knew that staying any longer would certainly result in my death. If that were to happen, who would be here to guide people along, save their game, and give them moral encouragement? Nobody. And look at where that choice brought me. You were able to get that poor soul to move on, and all with my help. Now, I know you may still be very justifiably angry with me right now, and I want to assure you, your feelings are valid. Dude, this guy's, I love Karen. However, I think I know of a way I can make it up to you. I'll tell you about things I never tell anyone who stepped foot in here. And that isn't just because you're the first one to survive that painting, mind you. Just give me a talking to if you're interested. Now, what can I help you with? Talk to me. Is there anything you want to learn about? For now on, these are my pre-approved conversational topics. Who are you? You. You're really making me think hard, pal. See, when someone walks in here, it's not like I know all about him. I have this feeling of what they did, their past, but it's just that, a feeling. Motherfucker's an empath. I feel bad for the beans I cook because I'm an empath. I feel them screaming. Let me put it this way. Do you know when you wake up, you can remember your dream, but only parts of it? And those parts, what you do remember, sometimes they can be real hazy. Well, it's like that. All I have is this collection of bits and bops, and they're all muddied up. But I can try to make sense of them for you, because you're my friend. Well, let's see. You are a person who likes to figure out what's up from down. A detective, perhaps, or maybe just somebody who likes puzzle games. You were always in for a good fight, too. A good fright, too. And you sought out things that were strange. God damn, he's actually kind of hitting right now. What the fuck? That is all. Cool. One more little question. What is your purpose? What is the purpose is? The toughest question of them all. I don't even know what my purpose is, man. How am I gonna know yours? Well, I guess I'm the one who put this down as a conversational topic, and you are my friend now. I I love Karen. Like this is super fucking cool. Like we're friends. I think like though the interactions have been like so slim, they're funny enough to just like make you kind of love this like weird guy. These look like two penises or two elephant trunks. Leave a comment. I figure I do owe you at least an attempt at explaining this stuff. My guess is your purpose isn't too different than those of the people you dealt with. See, how do I put this? Time is solid here. He said the name of the game. This place has a habit of keeping people still and silent, Hill, letting the days blend together. Until they are able to move on, that is. And while you think that you're different, I don't know. You very well might be in a standstill of your own. But I have an inkling that there's a way out of it, just like there was for the people in the paintings. And I also have an inkling that, well, you know exactly what to do next. What I'm saying is this, friend. If we don't see each other on the other side, I bid you farewell. I've had a hell of a time helping you out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So fucking cool. I have grown on this art style a little bit. Like, I mean, the RPG art style, like, this is cool. Like, all of the models are cool and stuff. Like, clearly they did have to make that. But the, like, kind of AI weird stuff is, like, growing on me. Machine learning. There is a painting here. Would you like to clean it? Well, of course. What? You recognize the painting very, very well. Just like before, a small voice seems to be calling to you from within. It says, the end. Time is solid here, more like this game is fucking solid. So Backpack, what did any of this shit mean? The game plays like any classic RPG Maker game. Move around and interact with the world around you. The game, obviously, heavily relies on dialogue. The music, however, is very telling. The suffering, the hope, the denial, the fear. The music has to be second to why the game overall is so impactful and makes this game carry such powerful emotions and somehow a very strange relatability. In the endless sea of itch.io games, I do not think I have found a better soundtrack. A lot of other games that have, you know, soundtracks this incredible are, you know, they're indie games on Steam, so it doesn't count. In my head, it doesn't count. If it's just on itch.io, then it counts. If it's not, it doesn't. Actually, Maker of Masks, honestly, that one had a fire soundtrack too. Now onto the art. As stated earlier, the game does rely on AI art. Initially when I played it, it felt like something was, you know, something was off with it, but I did give it the benefit of the doubt. I will just say, you know, up front, for this very specific game, I do not mind it much at all. Of course, there are several reasons why, and, you know, I'm gonna get into them right now. Like, right this second. Now. Okay, now. Okay, right now. This game's writing is so flubbing good, dude. Like, the part with the veteran and the old lady, legitimately, that interaction made me tear up. That is art, in my opinion. Watching this footage back too, something did recently happen in my personal life that made this scene just so much more relatable. Like, it's weird that you can, you know, we'll get into the AR art in a second, but it's so weird that you can play a piece of media and find it so relatable, and then a certain character eventually just starts to remind you of an event or something that happens. And I think, you know, because of what happened, it just means that much more. It's just moved me that much more. And I think if I were to play this game again, that part would fucking destroy me. I believe that the way that the characters presented themselves is a way to show the varying degrees of grief. The denial that all of them had died, the dementia that did follow one character and obstructed the vision of not only trauma, but even the final character, that being the main horror aspect of, you know, the entire game, to starve yourself of every aspect, you know, not in a singular definition, but starving in the most literal sense in any sort of aspect, in interactions, in self-worth, in love, everything. I think like I know again the segment is not about it's not about the art. Well, it is about the art actually. Shut up. Like, I just got someone. I just got someone right now. But I do think it speaks volumes. And again, like earlier, I did say that the game is pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't really hide anything, and its themes are very upfront. And I think that, that in itself speaks volumes. What is stopping us from speaking our truth, from telling people how we're feeling, what we're doing, and what our issues are? And I mean, if you look at all of these characters, most of them were left abandoned. There was nobody that was going to check on them, and it was up to us, the painter cleaner, to go to each individual room to find out what it is that we can do to help. And with that, without me, yeah, like I don't know why that choked me up, but I think kindness is a very important thing, and I think once you achieve that, and once you find that in a respective person or a thing, that can really help someone out. And kindness is, people are rich in very different ways, and I think some people are lucky enough to be rich in kindness and selflessness. And I think once kindness truly touches you, I believe that hope encapsulates you as well. And I'm starting to realize, I think at this point in my life, that those two things kind of go hand in hand, that the hope to continue for just a little bit longer always comes with kindness. Once you have that kindness, once you have those memories, once you have people cross your path and help you for absolutely nothing in return, I think that hope becomes something that's more manageable, more relevant in your life, and something that just persists even through the most difficult times. And for that, I think the game gets that absolutely correct. I think the point of the art, the point of the story, is to accept kindness, to leave ego behind, and sometimes even to leave beliefs behind to achieve something that's much more constructive than just staying stagnant in a painting waiting for someone, because they were all waiting for something. Sometimes there is a messenger that just delivers that, and sometimes the answer was right there all along. Anyway, this is art, in my opinion. With this in mind, I want to make it clear that I do not support the use of AI art, as I believe power has to be delivered with some semblance of human experience. Human experience in a work of art is seen with, in digital art, the discipline of learning how to draw like something as simple as anatomy, something as complex as maybe the intricacies of a motor vehicle. Like there are different variations of that, and all of our art styles that different people do have is different ways of conveying how you view your instruments, how you view your lines, how you view everything that encompasses a character that you're trying to create, or an image, a landscape. To truly see emotion in the seams of a work is to see struggle. I believe that is the human experience in art. I do want to say that the AI usage in this game did not go unnoticed, and the developer has actually acknowledged the use of it. I'm going to be reading what they said now. It's also going to be on screen. Blah, blah, blah. There has been some disclosure in the comments of Time is Solid here, so I wanted to make a post so I can make my thoughts on AI art clear. When I made Time is Solid here and Cohabitation, the most early AI art models had just released and had this imperfect, surreal look to them. As a computer scientist, I was fascinated by what I could do. And since both of these games were made for a school project and had a development cycle of only a couple of months, I decided to use that art because I felt it complemented my surreal tone of both titles quite well. Since then, it has become much more clear that these models are trained by stealing art, and the models that have come out after the one I used are much more obvious than that. Which means that my popularity, in part, has been built on stolen art. a fact I'm ashamed of. So now I'm left with some options. I could delete the 2 games since I feel they don't represent me anymore, but from the comments and private reviews I get, I can see that they mean a lot to some people. So I feel like deleting them would be a disservice to them. I could also, make remakes of the games where I replace all the AI art with real art. This is something I'm actually heavily considering doing down the line, but I'm holding off on doing it right now for 2 reasons. For one, it would be a revisionist history where I try to cover up my own mistakes while making the originals of the games lost media in the process. And 2, it would take a lot of time, as I would have to not only replace the portraits of the characters, but also the animations within the game, the covers, and create new trailers that use the new art. Since all my free time, which has become all the more precious because I am now in a full-time job, is going into my new game, Project Obelisk. And one of the reasons I'm making that game is to show my new vision of games without AI art at all. I want to prioritize making that first and foremost. My current decision is to create this notice, put it near the top of both games, and promise to never use AI art again. I am an artist. My second side hobby is making webcomics, and my next game will be worked on in conjunction with many of my artist friends. Because of this, the concerns about stealing art matter a lot to me. And I understand the worries of everyone who has commented. Between these ethics concerns, which were not made clear to me back in the day, and the complete lack of anything interesting from new AI models, I don't think it has anything to offer to my work anymore. Please look forward to Project Obelisk. I know that with it, me and my team will be putting our best foot forward. Algebra. Simply listen, simply hear exactly what he is saying. Even for him to say that something that he has gained popularity on is built on something stolen, I think acknowledges everything that would be quote unquote wrong about this game, and sheds a certain light that I don't think any AI game that I have ever played, and I don't know why this has become a theme on the channel, but I have been accidentally playing a lot of these. None have ever apologized for it. I just want to make that understood. Like, Gug isn't really a good example, but there is a game that I played recently called I Live Under Your House. That game uses AI art, and I think even might have been written by AI too. I'm not sure because I don't have all the facts yet. I'm not done with the video, so please don't quote me on that. There are some other games too that I'm working on that use AI art. No one has apologized like this. The only semblance of a very crude apology is, well, I'm using this because this, and this is the excuse, and this is the excuse, and this is the excuse. Like, I think a true apology, when somebody is truly apologetic, they take accountability for what they've done. And I think Algebra has done exactly that. Anyway, to those that it has offended, I think he deserves to be forgiven for this. To release a statement like this, it shows growth. It's not alien to say either that we all make mistakes. It's not like he burned down a hospital or veered his car to hit a family of kittens, Even him thinking to create an original art style, that's a good idea to replace the game, the art in the game, but I think as it is, it's perfectly fine. Using the abstract to convey the idea of a purgatory, I think that's very poignant. And it even opens the question of maybe purgatory is filled with AI art. That's a joke, but yeah, actually that would be kind of funny. Like, all the AI heads, the AI head people have to walk around there, and then they're like, I don't know, it's AI purgatory. There's a joke somewhere there. I'm gonna shut up. The way that the dialogue moves, the story is compelling. No matter how you look at it, the story is really beautiful. How it is given to us, though, even without the imagery, it's show don't tell. I think it's important to note that not all media can get away with the use of AI. I say this in a lot of videos, but it's passion that makes a story compelling. It elevates everything when you can see the blood, sweat, and tears put into something that just has such an impact to the person making it, and in turn inspires those who play it. Something that just doesn't appeal to the soul and mind, but the heart. This game, and I truly mean this, is very special. Even though this wasn't the devs' purpose for using AI art, the AI art almost adds a foreign concept to it. Something that is disturbing and incomprehensible to the human eye. The story isn't something that constitutes a deep dive. As I stated earlier, it gives you everything that you need to know by just reading the dialogue, but it's in such a way that it's not spoon-feeding you information. It is enough to piece together a fantastical, mysterious world. Even the way that all the lore and mystery is done, you know, it's not overbearing. It's fucking awesome. It isn't even the matter of why we are here. We are here to help. And maybe that is, you know, what put us in this purgatory in the first place. Past the good and evil, it's a story of lost and found, kindness and understanding, hate and remorse, fear and confrontation. And that makes this game a true internet gem. Well, what'd you guys think? Time is solid here. Time is liquid here. Maybe yellow liquid. Ew. Piss. Before I say my little goodbyes, my little good bizzles, I did want to make it apparent that the dev of the game is making a new game called Time Was Solid Here. The trailer is out right now on YouTube. I'm going to link the game, the new trailer, and then their social medias down in the description below. I highly recommend you check out this game and the new game. Anyway, what did this game mean to you? What do you think about any aspect? What's your opinion on AI? What's your opinion on the game? What did the game really mean to you? I would love to hear all about it down in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to give it a little smackaroo, a little like, if you truly did enjoy the video. And while you're down there, you know what? There's a big red button, the big subscribe button. Pick up a backpack. Become a backpacker today. And with that, my name is Backpack Comics, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Have a nice night.